Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Mr. Rhodes. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2020 My Team Career, this time for the American Grand Prix, so let's get right into it. Okay, so here I am, starting my first flying lap around the American Grand Prix, the Circuit of the Americas. Quite actually okay, decent track. I actually kind of prefer like the short track rather than like the actual like full length kind of Grand Prix one. It's actually really fun to kind of play like multiplayer and stuff like the short one. It just is kind of a lot more fun. You kind of turn in like left over there, and it kind of like cuts down like the straight and stuff, and all of like this over here. This like normal track I guess is fine too. Not really too much place for overtaking. I guess like the long straight that we're just gonna go on in a bit, and like the main straight, I guess those are like the only two places I guess. There is like a couple others. Quite a lot of action normally on this track, so I guess it is like good enough. It is actually quite fun. Probably about like my top 10 tracks maybe that are on like the calendar normally, maybe, I'm not too sure. Definitely in top 15. Quite a fun track to race on in the Formula 1 games. So of course we're coming back off from like a really bad weekend at the Suzuka circuit. I'm pretty sure we qualified, was at 14th, I'm pretty sure, and then ended up being 11th in the race, which kind of sucks, because I thought that we could have made some like decent points in that race, but sadly I kind of messed up the kind of setup of the car. But yeah, across the lap over here from setting my first flying lap, and it's a P8 when I come back to the garage, a bit far away from Bottas's time at the moment. When we come out for the next one, we're already down in P14, which is kind of bad. But for the first kind of like lap, I had a 6-6 front wing and down and rear wing setup, and for this one I put the front one down to 5, just to kind of get me like a bit more time on the straights. As you're gonna see, it does kind of help quite a lot through this first sector. The fast like left and right, kind of, well, really fun. Not really fun if you're the car kind of like following, because you lose loads of downforce. And not really too much in the game, but of course in real life, like the car behind just can't go past there like as fast as possible. But as you can see over here, past like the first sector, already up by half a second, which is really nice. Definitely gonna bring me closer to Bottas's time by, well yeah, by half a second, which we were away by about like 1.6, which, well, it's gonna definitely help us quite a lot. So we're going to see how much time we can still gain, or I guess lose, because that's always what can happen. But right now, 6 tenths up, really nice. Just a couple more corners left, and we're going to be crossing the line, setting our second flying lap, and actually the last one, because for the third one I went out. I actually didn't make up any time, it's had like a really bad run. I actually lost quite a lot of time. As you can see over here, past that corner, I actually lost like 3 or 4 tenths, which is really bad, across the line in a P11, and when we come back to the garage it's going to be a P11 for now, which kind of looks okay. But of course I went out for like another lap, nothing really happened then, and when we actually when the qualifying finishes, we're actually down in P15, which is kind of bad, 2 seconds off the pole position, which is quite a lot, to be honest. But let's see what we can do in the race.
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin, in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself 14 miles southeast of the city centre and home to the US Grand Prix since 2012. the latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and 12 at this anti-clockwise 3.6 mile track. And we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. They must be starting to feel the pressure at this point, Ant. Surely. There's a real shot of the title on the cards here, but one error at the wrong time, well, that could throw it all away.
Of course, there's never a good time to make mistakes, but it will feel 10 times worse if it happens at such a critical point of the season. Let's hope this contest is settled where it should be, on track, wheel to wheel.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton and Stroll, Verstappen, Perez, Raikkonen and Lando Norris, Ricciardo, Kvyat, Esteban Ocon and Gasly, Red, Giovinazzi, Jordan King and Roman Grosjean, Magnussen, Russell, Aitken and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Okay, so here we are for the start of the formation lap. Of course, we want to warm those tyres up as much as possible, as best as possible, to kind of get the best start as possible. Yeah, want to warm those tyres up quite a lot, so we're going to do that on this lap over there. And over here we're coming back to kind of form up back for the race start. So yeah, really tense. Of course, only 3 races left after this, I'm pretty sure. So we are kind of getting closer to the end of the season, so I hope I'm going to be able to pass Verstappen in like the standings, but I know it's going to be quite hard. But let's get ready for the start over here. Let's see how well we can do. And it's lights out all the way we go. Fuel mix on rich, of course. Overtake mode on straight away. We're going to go around the outside over here. We actually have to kind of swerve off the track just a bit. And look at that, from P15 down to, well, up to P7. Really good first corner. Normally, Hamilton kind of brake checks us in the middle of the corner, not really the best. But we managed to overtake Hamilton as well, which is just amazing. On lap 2, defending from Hamilton, trying to push him out, of course not too much, don't want to push him off the track, but yeah, doing our best for him not to be able to pass me. And well, we kind of get the position back into like this corner. A bit more fighting over here, but we do manage to keep P6, which is just amazing, especially against the Mercedes. For the race, I actually moved the setup back to a 6.6, just to be able to kind of get more out in the corners. And as you can see over there, a bit of contact, we managed to get past Leclerc. And on lap 5, Jordan King, our former teammate, is actually out of the race, and a virtual safety car is out for about 30 seconds. Still on lap 5, safety car comes in, well, the virtual safety car comes in, I guess you could call it. Green flags so we can race. And on lap 5 over here, I was like, well, why not just kind of pass sides? I guess there is quite a lot of contact there. Nothing broken on any car, which is good. And I actually, well, I didn't want to overtake him if I knew that I would have boxed here, but I did quickly check after the overtake, my tyres are where I should be boxing, and this was the time to kind of get my, I guess, strategy going, because if you box a lap or 2 earlier than the AI, you can actually make up so much time, of course, because you're on fresher tyres and stuff. But yeah, I guess we'll go and see if this works out in this race. So for the first kind of set of pit stops for the AI, let's see how much people we are going to kind of go past. We get up to a P18, we actually get past Sainz and Vettel, which is nice. On to the next lap over here. More, oh, actually not yet. Lap 7 still. We get past our teammate Jack Aitken, and he actually kind of slows down Vettel, which is nice. He actually goes to re-overtake me, which I don't really know why, but we do manage to get up to P17. which is nice. Now the second set of like pit stops for the AI over here. I really want to maximize my speed to kind of get past as much people as possible, and as you can see over there, we actually do manage to pass Hamilton and get up to P7. Next lap over, more people pit, and we have actually managed to get out in P2, so from a P6 before the pit stops to a P2 bit after them, which is just amazing. Now it's just 5 laps of defending from Stroll and Hamilton, which should be doable. Lap 13, nothing really happened for those laps. It was just basically Stroll getting past me, then me getting past him at the end of the corner and maintaining that. And as you can see, around the last corner of the last lap, from a P15 from qualifying to a P2 at the checkered flag, absolutely amazing performance by me in this race.
Driving, really strong pace, very, very happy.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
So here we go, a P2 finish. I'm pretty sure Mercedes secured the constructor standings, which is kind of cool for them. We were, of course, really far away from the points. Jack Aitken finishes in P19, us in P2 from a P15 start. Absolutely amazing. And I'm pretty sure Max actually didn't score at all. He actually finished, as you can see over here, P11. So that actually gives us a fighting chance for P5 in the driver standings, which would be really, really nice. We kind of get away from Racing Point, McLaren and Renault, which is really good for us. A really, really good race. So of course next race is the Mexican Grand Prix, so we're going to see what we can do there. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.